The Saints are now 3-2, and Cam Jordan, who had that tip pick 6 yesterday, right here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Cam?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
When was the last time you scored like that in your life?
College, maybe?
Did you? Do you have one like that at Cal?
Yeah, against UW, my last game of senior year. Not a bad way to go out, but we still lost that game. So this is even better. We won the game.
Sure. So you tip it, you catch it, and then you do like sort of a number one, you the man point. You didn't have any celebration already queued up, Cameron?
At that point, I was getting ready to dance, and then everybody sort of jumped on. So I was like, you know what? I'm Jimmy Graham in this situation.
Okay, so then you got up and you dunked it.
Yeah. Had a good dig.
You
got to do one for the big guys. You know, the show that we got it.
Okay, but you do know though, as you were flagged for it.
Yeah, of course.
Because
the no fun league.
Come on now.
Have too much fun.
Well, you're not allowed to touch the touch it. They don't want you to. They don't want to take time out because I think one time Jimmy did it so hard they had to break out like a. Like they
forklift and try and level it. And,
they had a level. They had to bring out a level.
Atlanta game. Hey, again, one for my dog JG.
And now your team is 3-2. How different is this team now than the one that walked out of the Superdome after your last game there against the Patriots, Cameron?
Like I said, I keep saying we've got a young defense. And if you pull up the facts, I'm pretty sure all our starters. We probably have one of the younger defenses in the league. But that being said, we've got a hungry defense, and this learning curve just happens to happen real rapidly. And again, it's progressing every week, and I can't be upset about the way in which we're progressing. For us to have 3 touchdowns on defense, that's a hell of a thing. I don't think I've never been a part of it of a defense that's had 3 touchdowns coming from them. But what is it, 15 to 16 batted passes, another, add on another 5 sacks. The defense was rolling yesterday, and, I almost wish there was more games so we could have more stats. It was one of those games that we knew we had to get our hands up. We knew we could affect the passer. We had to take advantage of where we could.
Let's before we move on in your schedule, I do want to go back a little bit here and keep mining this story that, you guys were finished after the Patriots just picked you apart and the defense was the issue. How much soul searching was going on at the time, Cameron?
For us, not much. Look, we knew we had a young defense. We knew we had to learn fast. You come through and you have, Minnesota, and you have Patriots come through. It's not like you have enough time to say, hey, these are what live bullets feel like. We didn't have a warm-up game. There was, we were matching efficient offenses the first 2 games. We got our bearings and was able to come out with the win in Carolina, which helps us, get that confidence boost and roll into Miami and clearly roll into the 3rd game for our winning. Again, it's all about the season, not about what happened, the first week, the first 2 weeks, the first 5 weeks. At the end of the year, we'll look back and say, hey, this was the turning point. This is how we got back. And this is how, we're only going to strive to get better.
Well, and in terms of that Miami game in London, okay, you had a shutout. You pitched a shutout against Miami in London where Dennis Allen was fired as coach of the Raiders just a couple of years before. What did it mean for your team to provide your defensive coordinator with a shutout in that situation, in that country, in that game, Cameron?
For our team, for our defense, the pitch a shutout, the last time we did that, I think had been 4 years ago, 3 years ago. And for that to just happen, it's great for our defense. For, DA, I'm sure it meant so much more, on a personal level for him. As a defensive player, you're excited that, you can shoot for a pitch out anyways. Again, it's been, 3-4 year stretch where it's actually happened for me. So to be part of the defense is a great feeling.
Well, the team that Dennis Allen's Raiders lost to in London was the Dolphins, too. So, it was all kind of full circle. He didn't say anything to the team? You guys didn't make note of that or mention it? The fact that you guys were able to...
No, not at all. Well, that was more information than I knew.
There you go.
At the end of the day, it's about our defense, and he focuses solely on our defense.
So a couple more minutes here with Cameron Jordan of the Saints, fresh off of a big win against the Lions yesterday. Now next up is the Packers. Now, I'm sure. Did you see the Aaron Rodgers tackle yesterday, Cameron? That knocked him out for the season.
I saw the highlights. I saw, what looked like just a typical tackle. I mean, if you're implying anything of negative connotation, I don't know if I'm going to agree with you. But,
okay. No, I'm not implying anything, but you being a Cal Bear, a Harvard of the West, very smart to pick something up that I was putting down. Do you think that was a dirty hit, Cameron? Because that is a lot of the conversation today.
Yeah, I mean, as a guy who, as a defensive player who always tries to make pressure, to create pressure, to make a quarterback uncomfortable, the ball had just been thrown. Now, you can always have this argument of, did he have to tackle him or whatever? But as a defensive player, you're full motion. You guys go full speed. Natural momentum may carry you into that. It wasn't like he picked him up and slammed him. It wasn't anything extra. It was just momentum he could have pushed off and tried to roll out on his own. But why?
So do you think sometimes it's put upon you guys as defenders to hear whistles that are difficult to hear and hit strike zones that change as you're trying to hit, Cameron?
For sure, it's definitely difficult to hit strike zones that are difficult to hit. You got a quarterback who's rolling out the pocket. Let's call it a 6'6" quarterback, and he's wearing white and light blue. And all of a sudden he starts falling, and your main target was chest, but now, because he's ducked down, you hit him in the helmet and you catch a fine for it. These are things that are just part of the game that you'd hope a referee can understand, but they don't.
Okay, a couple more minutes with Cameron Jordan of the Saints here on the Rich Eisen Show. So, Brett Hundley, first career start. How do you think, just first blush, you're going to be approaching this game against a kid?
I'm loving it. I'm excited for Brett just because he comes from the same high school alma mater as I do.
Okay.
Got to love that Chandler High connection.
Okay.
That being said, I'd love to be the first to sack him in his first game. So, again, because of the Chandler High connection, this game is going to be great. Anyways,
okay. I'm just wondering, is there any UCLA Cal hatred here in a way? Did he take care of you?
I'm sure there would have been had he not gone to the high school.
Okay.
Had he not been a product of our high school, I can still.
Okay.
Exactly. Like I still love to sack Aaron Rodgers because he was from my college. Love his connection there. I've got nothing wrong with attacking.
Right. It could have been Cal on Cal violence there, and instead it's now Cal on UCLA. I mean, when it all comes down to it, I mean, what a big weekend it was for you, for Cal to take down Wazoo like that, and then for you to do what you're doing right now. I mean,
a 37-3 win is, we'll keep it.
Was there a third thing that happened this weekend that I'm unaware about in Cameron Jordan's life that went so well? I mean, usually good things happen in threes like that.
Oh, I mean, no. Okay. We did end up going to get some ice cream as a family. That was great, but that was just a family touch. So I guess, college, pro, and family had a great day.
And then I don't know if you noticed, did you see what happened with Adrian Peterson? 100 and some odd yards.
Yeah. He got more touches over there in one game than he did in 4 games here, and he completely showed out. Of course. Well,
your coach called it a win-win. Would you agree with that trade, Cameron, as a win-win for everybody?
I'm gonna say that's above my pay grade, and I'm not going to tiptoe into that one.
See, you're too smart. You keep on picking up what I put down, Cameron. I like it. That's why I love having you on the show. Please call back anytime, and congrats on the big pick 6. And next time you want to honor Jimmy Graham, just get a little bit more up so you don't touch the crossbar, and it's all good.
Right. See, that's the new one. I think I'm going to go for the through the legs layup and just stay away from that altogether.
That's right. Trust the process. That's all you need to do right there. Take care, Cameron.
Yeah. Appreciate having me on. Have a blessed one.
You bet. At Cam Jordan 94.
The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you like that, download our app. Please, just if it's a memory thing, just delete other apps. You don't need those apps. This app, the Rich Eisen Show app, you need that.